Just another sack, cause I be running through it. I set up the play, I'ma make a move. Audible. It's gonna be a blitz if I run it to you.
Go. When the kick off the ball, run it back. Hail Mary, pray the feds don't intercept the pack. Familiar with the struggle, look, I'm coming up from scratch. Huddle with my pain, then I turned it to...
Back in week 3, the Broncos lost their last game against the Raiders. Can Las Vegas sweep the series? The answer comes your way next on Madden NFL 22.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They're halfway home, looking good, at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
And off we go from Las Vegas. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
On first down, Rudd. And this one is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Rudd. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They go play action. Mayfield. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage, came right back and ran the ball.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play there for the Raiders. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Mayfield on play action. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Complete here, it's Hyde. And he'll get this up to right around the 8-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Rudd. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will have a Broncos first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Running on first down, Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the gun, Rudd. He'll get this to Eckler. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 11 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch taken here at the 5-yard line. Ah, interesting. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up, and you let them out.
Take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And he's brought down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Mayfield's throw complete here to Waller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. No score after 1 on EA Sports. A first down throw for Mayfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Calvin Ridley, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Denver getting set to take the field.
4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Rudd. Man open. He's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Rudd. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They try to get the...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking... mistake-free football. That just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Play fake. Mayfield.
They'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Rifling one complete into the hands of Marshall. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Rudd. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw pulled in by Marshall.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. He's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Rudd. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Raiders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Room past the 20. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. For Marshall, that's complete.
They find some open field here. Touchdown! Terrace Marshall with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Carlson now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. We get another look now at this Broncos offense. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
And the drive starts with a completion, left side. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. 4 yards remain for second down. Back to throw. Rudd. And that's into the hands of Eckler. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's brought down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Back to throw again. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Well, sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears won't realize as that one turned into a long touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the board. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make a play? Because he's made all the plays so far. So I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound...
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Throwing on second and long. Mayfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So we have reached half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. As the offense comes out, we put our Madden spotlight on Baker. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. The probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Now this throw caught left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Baker Mayfield, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A pass there complete to Sutton. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The handoff, it's Eckler. And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack to stop him short of the first down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them, and they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. This is McCaffrey on the give. McCaffrey with a first down and more, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Christian McCaffrey, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Christian McCaffrey, a guy that can beat you in so many ways. He's a threat to go the distance literally every time he touches the football.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned the To a tremendous play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver's offense ready to go again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring it.
And now off to the races down the right side. The 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Austin Eckler hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. Let's see if he can do it. On 2nd and 10, Mayfield. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
On 3rd down, Mayfield gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And some room to work. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
When you see a big-time run to the outside, it always comes back to setting the edge, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and they were perfect at setting the edge there.
And the funny part is, both sides of the ball talk about it. The offense has to set the edge so you can get outside. The defense wants to set the edge to control things so they can kick the run back inside.
Offense wins there.
Offense won big.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Denver's offense now set to go.
And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about that?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Looking to throw. Rudd. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Max Crosby, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And that will come. As they take over. So out come the Raiders. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He finds his man Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
And now here's a carry heading left, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll find Williams on the slant. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Broncos will take over on downs. throwing on first down. Rudd. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down. Back to throw. Rudd. This is swung out to Eckler, and he goes out right around the 39. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw. Incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They'll look to throw again. Complete here. It's Hyde. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. They'll run for it with Eckler. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Raider D, they get the football back. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Cohen. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. On 1st and 10, Rudd out quickly to Judy. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to get...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw. and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And when you break it down, this was just a